back to the whole bucket. I am Cheryl, and this is my crafting desk that you are currently looking at. And I thought it would be a little bit funny to show you the next step in the crafting of the September journals and why I'm not going to do a whole lot of filming of this step, because this is the fun step and this is the creativist step. You know, kind of a word. But I'm going to demonstrate why this is really hard. I left the big fat mess. I even actually added to the mess to show you what it can look like when I'm in the middle of stuff sometimes. And while I'm chatting, I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup so I can actually show you something. So this is a lot of fun and a lot of creativity, but it's hard for me to film it and show anything because, for instance, this little tag right here. I love this little tag, and I have a place for it to go in the journal, but it came with, it printed with these jaggedy edges, and when I cut it out, I cut out jaggedy edges. And I didn't want to straighten them. I like the way it looks, and I didn't want to mat this one because I thought that would take away from the effect. So, what do I do with this little tag? Well, I had no idea what to do with this little tag. It was driving me crazy. Eventually, I decided to put this little, excuse me, wait a second. I decided to put this little journaling paper on the back and just have it held shut with a little tuck-in flower. I'm very happy with the end result, but this took me probably a half hour, maybe even more, to figure out how to do this, what flower to use on the bottom, what flower to use on the top, what paper to use on the back, how to color the back because it was plain white and I don't like plain white, what to do with the top, and I decided a little snippet of ribbon that's left over from something else. But this takes me so long. You would sit and watch me doing stupid stuff like that for half an hour. That does not make for good video. Also, this little bit right here. So this is a very wonky pocket design that I am using today. I actually have another one that I'm going to have to contend with later because this is half of kind of a snippet thing that I did right here. That's where it was to start with, and then I cut it in half. And there's one piece of it, and it's going in the Apothecary Mini Grunge Industrial whatever journal. By the way, look at that. Happy with that. That's for that fabric pocket, and how I gave it an edge. Worked out lovely. Anyway, this is going to go right here. And it's going to have that little tag in it and this card. So it's going to have this card here and this tag here. Again, I am happy with the end result, okay? I am liking the way this is looking. I just wanted a little something. I wanted it to be pretty and intriguing and to be sitting behind these flowers. So I'm happy with the end product, but this particular piece, between making the snippet, the whole horizontal piece, then cutting it in half, and then backing it with ribbon, and then deciding how to put these edges on because I didn't like how the ribbon on this particular corner right here curled up, and all of those things, I can't even tell you how long it took me. it had to be more than an hour because I did some of it last night and I figured my brain just wasn't working. I must be overtired. So I quit working on it and I went to bed and I came back at it today. So this is why I'm not filming very much of the creative process. Now, when I do mass makes, I might film some of that in the future. And when I do things like, I'm going to do Defemorember again this year. And if you don't know what that is, I will be introducing it, not till like November. So it's a ways off, but it's a project put on by Louisa Heinzel and 49 Dragonflies. And I will be doing that again this year. And I will film makes in stuff like that. Makes in things like this, I literally make every single thing in every single journal, all the add-in stuff, one at a time. They have to fit the aesthetic. They have to fit the shapes. They have to fit the flow of the journal. I'm ridiculous, right? Like, I could make things ahead of time and I could put sets of stuff together and it would probably do the same thing. And I wouldn't have to sit and make them one at a time. But my journals are quite literally one of a kind because there is no rhyme or reason. I do however it feels at the particular moment. So, yeah. I thought it might be a little interesting to see why I don't film a lot of the making process. And this is kind of how my desk ends up looking. When I am done with, like here, I'll show you. So I went through this journal and the pile of stuff that I have for it, right? And I sort of spaced it out. Like, where would I like it to go? How do I want it to feel, right? So there's nothing here yet. Something will have to happen to that page. But here's a tag. Somehow this is going to have to be placed in this page, and it's going to need some decoration, perhaps. Although I kind of like the stripes, you know. And then further on, there is an envelope that has nothing in it yet. It's not even glued together. But I think I want to put it as a clip or a magnet or somehow a removable thing on the house page. And then if I'm going to quick flip through to show you. So there are pages where I have tucked in various ephemera. Ooh, hey, look at that. There. So I use this ruler to make sure that this pocket doesn't get glued shut. And look how perfectly that fits. That's kind of amazing. I was so happy to discover that. But that's how I do this. I go through and I kind of figure out where I want things to go. Obviously, they're not done yet. They have layers of things to still be done. But once I'm all done with this stage, then I will clean up all this mess, pile all the stuff that's left to one side, and then go through and work on it again. And then I'll repile it, and I'll go through and work on it again. And basically, it really ends up working out very much like collage work does, because in collage work, you should start with the biggest things, right? And work toward the smallest things, and then possibly end up with some kind of focal point. And my journal making is very much just like a collage that is three-dimensional, and you can turn the pages. It has pages. So here's the mini book for this journal, and I did a flip up mini book. This is also a piece that's not done, but I did get it put together anyway. And it must not have been dry all the way, because now I have some pages stuck together. And wait till you see this. All right, so apparently I have to get the pages unstuck, but here's something. Oh, I didn't realize I was doing that. Some of the pages have little tiny pockets. I didn't realize that a lot of the pockets that I put in are going to be upside down. Oh my. Oh my. That's not going to be good. Okay. Let me look at something here. There we go. So, let me pull out the palette knife. This one, it's hard for me to see because I don't have anything in the pockets. I don't have any decorating. I don't have any edging done. But there, little tiny pocket, and I'll have to create a little tiny tag to put in. Let's see if we can just do this. No, that one's too fat. You are too fat. Let's try this one. Here we go. So I can put little tiny tags in these little tiny pockets in this little tiny book. I wonder where it will go. I don't know where it'll go, but it'll be somewhere in that book. Anyway, I hope that was at least humorous look at why I'm not going to show you a whole lot of work more until all three of these journals have tons of goodies in them. And then I'll get back to you and I'll show you what I decided for each one of them. Thanks for checking in with me, and like, subscribe, comment, ask questions, all the stuff if you wish. And yeah, it'll be a little bit, but I'll be back and show you what's up. Bye.